Hey, first, this is Pastor Bryan, and welcome to week 3 of 28 days of word, prayer, and fasting. And this week, I want to spend just a couple moments talking to you about fasting. It's one of those things that kind of gets glossed over as a spiritual discipline, but it's very effective when we apply ourselves to it. Jesus fasted for 40 days before then he was confronted by Satan, and he was prepared and ready to do that spiritual warfare because of his fasting. The Bible also tells us that he spent all night one night out prayer, and we would assume fasting as well, before he chose his disciples. So prayer and fasting were a regular rhythm for Jesus. And so therefore it needs to be a regular rhythm for us as well. And so as you begin to understand the spiritual discipline of fasting, let me just encourage you that fasting is saying no to one thing that your body or your mind might crave, so that you can say yes to God in that same area. So let's take food, for instance. So let's say you're going to fast from food for 24 hours, which we're encouraging everyone to do on Tuesdays in our church from 5:30 to 5:30 on Wednesdays when we gather for Equip and have a meal there. We're fasting from food for 24 hours. And in those normal times where you might have a meal, I would encourage you instead, spend that time in the Word and in prayer. And that's what fasting can help us to do, is to say no to one thing so that we can say yes to God in another way. So again, welcome to week 3. This week we're focusing on fasting. Let's have a great time and see what God's going to do.